Hello everyone, it's Chantal from Crochet and welcome to this tutorial on how to crochet a granny square. The only stitches you will need to know include a magic ring, a double crochet, a chain, and a slip stitch. And the materials that you'll need include the yarn of your choice, an appropriate hook size for your yarn choice. I'm using a 5mm, as well as some scissors. So to start, we are going to take our yarn and create a magic ring. What I like to do is I like to secure the yarn between my thumb and my pointer finger, cross it over my 3 middle fingers, underneath and then back across and secure with my pinky. So I'll do that again, secure with your thumb by your pointer finger, wrap it across your middle 3 fingers, underneath and then back over. Go underneath the top right corner of the X and then go over the top left corner of the X. Twist our yarn, and I like to pinch to secure the loop, and then you will chain 1. So to tighten the knot, you have to pull on the bottom of the loop. Now we are going to chain 3, and that will count as our first double crochet. And then into the magic ring, you are going to yarn over, insert your hook into the loop, yarn over again. You should have 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over and pull through another 2. So now you have 2 double crochets, and we will do that once again. We are going to yarn over, insert our hook into the ring, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through the last 2 loops. And that is your first 3 double crochet cluster. And now this is a corner, so we are going to chain 3. Then we will once again do another 3 double crochet cluster. So yarn over, insert your hook into the magic ring, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, and yarn over and pull through another 2 loops. And repeat that process until you have 3 double crochets in your cluster. And then you are going to chain 3 again and repeat this process until you have 4 3 double crochet clusters. Remember to chain 3 at the end, and you are going to close the magic ring by pulling on the short tail, and then going into the 3rd chain of your first chain 3 that we used as a double crochet, you are going to slip stitch into it. So that's simply inserting your hook, yarning over, pulling through that first loop, and pulling through the 2nd loop. And this is what your finished first row should look like. Then for the 2nd row, we are once again going to start off by chaining 3. And then we are going to do an additional chain for the gap between the clusters. This will make much more sense when we come to the end of the row. And now we are going to start our next 3 double crochet cluster in the opening. So as always, yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, then pull through another 2 loops. Once you have finished your first 3 double crochet clusters, since we are working on a corner, we are going to do 3 chains, and then in that same opening, we are going to do another 3 double crochet cluster. And now we are going across the side of the square, so that means we only need to chain 1. And then in the next opening, we will once again do another 3 double crochet cluster. And then since we are working on a corner now, we can chain 3. And then in that same opening, we are going to do 3 more double crochets. Now once again, we are working on a side, so that means we only have to chain 1. Then in the next opening, we are going to do another 3 double crochet cluster. Then since we are on a corner, we are going to chain 3. Then into that same opening, we are going to do another 3 double crochet cluster. Once again, we are on a side, so that means we only have to chain 1. Then in the next opening, we are going to do a 3 double crochet cluster. Then since we are on a corner, you will chain 3. Then we are only going to do 2 double crochets because the first chain 3 that we did is going to count as the 3rd double crochet in that cluster. And so going to the chain 4 that you made at the beginning, you are going to slip stitch into the 3rd chain, and then that will finish the 2nd row. And moving on to row 3, we are once again going to start with a chain 3 to be the first double crochet. And then in that opening, we are going to do 2 double crochets. Then we can have a total of 3 double crochets, counting the chain 3. Then since we are working on the side, we only have to chain 1. Then into the next gap, we are going to do 3 double crochets. Then since we are on a corner, we will chain 3. And then in that same opening, we are going to do another 3 double crochets. So now that we are working on a side again, we are going to just chain 1, and in the next opening, we are going to do 3 more double crochets. Since we are still working on the side, we will chain 1 once again. And in the next opening, we are going to do 3 double crochets. Since it's a corner, we will then chain 3. In that same opening, we're going to do another 3 double crochets. Since we're on a side, we will chain 1. In the next opening, do 3 double crochets. Then chain 1 since we are working on the side still. And in the next opening, we will do 3 more double crochets. Chain 3 since we are on the corner. In the same opening, do another 3 double crochets. Now that we are working on the side, you only need to chain 1. Then in the next opening, you will do another 3 double crochets. And then you can chain 1 since we are still on the side. And in the next opening, you are going to do 3 double crochets. Since we are on the corner, you will have to chain 3, and in the same opening, do another 3 double crochets. Then since we are now working on the side, you just have to chain 1. And then in the third chain of your initial chain 3, you will slip stitch into it. So you can cut the yarn to fasten off. And this is what your finished granny square should look like. This is a very basic kind of square to make. It is how most people first learn how to crochet. If you have any questions, please drop them in the comment section below. If you would like to increase the size of the granny square, just continue the process of doing chain 1s in between the 3 double crochet clusters along the sides and chain 3s on each of the corners. If you'd like to see more videos such as this one, please consider subscribing, and I'll see you in the next video.